Good day and welcome to the Papyrus Global TV World News, bringing you the latest from around the world. I am Christiana Babayo, and here are the top stories making headlines today, Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Our top three stories tonight. Israel reopens Gaza's Rafah border crossing for the first time in nearly 2 years. Costa Rica elects a new president as Laura Virginia Fernández Delgado secures a decisive victory. A 5-year-old boy is freed from U.S. ICE detention, sparking a national debate on family immigration policies. We begin with developments in the Middle East. Israel reopens Rafah crossing. Israel has reopened the Rafah border crossing between the Gaza Strip and Egypt, allowing a limited number of Palestinian civilians to cross under strict security measures. This reopening marks the first time in nearly 2 years that movement across the crossing has been permitted. The crossing reopened on Monday, 2nd February 2026, after Israeli forces seized control amid the ongoing conflict with Hamas. The move comes following a U.S.-brokered ceasefire agreement from October 2025 advocated by President Donald Trump, aimed at easing humanitarian pressures in Gaza. Egyptian officials and monitoring teams from the European Union are overseeing the controlled process, which includes thorough screening at the crossing and additional Israeli checks in the adjacent security corridor. On the first day, over 50 Palestinians were allowed to leave Gaza for medical treatment abroad, while roughly 50 returned. Local health authorities report thousands have been awaiting travel opportunities since the outbreak of hostilities. While considered a humanitarian step, the reopening remains highly restricted. Commercial goods are still not allowed, leaving many essential supplies delayed. Authorities hope this situation will change soon. Costa Rica presidential election. In Costa Rica, voters have chosen a new leader, Laura Virginia Fernández Delgado, a 39-year-old political scientist and candidate of the Sovereign People's Party, PPSO, has won the 2026 presidential election in a decisive first-round victory. Election Day, Sunday, 1st February 2026, saw Costa Ricans voting nationwide for the president, vice president, and 57 legislative seats. Polling stations across San Jose, Cartago, Alajuela, Heredia, Portarenas, and Limon reported peaceful voting. Preliminary results show Fernández Delgado secured about 48.33% of the vote, surpassing the 40% threshold to avoid a runoff. Her main rival, Alvaro Ramos Chavez of the National Liberation Party, received roughly 33.42%. In her victory speech, Fernández Delgado emphasized national unity, institutional reform and security measures, while acknowledging outgoing President Rodrigo Chavez Robles for laying groundwork for her policy agenda. She will take office on May 8, 2026 as Costa Rica's 50th president, facing immediate challenges in public security and governance reform. U.S. family immigration case. A heartwarming yet controversial story from the United States. 5-year-old Liam Cornejo Ramos has been reunited with his father in Minnesota after nearly 2 weeks in ICE detention at the South Texas Family Residential Center in Dilley. The boy, who was separated from his mother and transported over 1,300 miles from Minnesota, became a symbol of the national debate on family detention practices. He and his father, Adrian Cornejo Arias, were initially taken into custody on 20th January 2026. The breakthrough came when U.S. District Judge Fred Berry, presiding in San Antonio, ordered their immediate release, criticizing the government for its handling of the case. Lawmakers, including Rep. Joaquin Castro, Senator Amy Klobuchar, and Representative Ian Omar, praised the reunion, emphasizing that children should not be detained away from their families. The case continues to spark debate over U.S. immigration policies and the treatment of minors in enforcement proceedings. As we round up, here is a quick look at other major global developments. U.S. government funding deadlock. Washington faces a partial federal shutdown in its second week. House Speaker Mike Johnson blames Democrats for stalled negotiations over immigration reform, leaving federal services and agencies at risk. Pakistan counterterrorism success. Authorities in Quetta, Balochistan province report the deaths of 145 militants linked to recent attacks. The government describes the group as Indian-backed terrorists, raising tensions with India. Japan election surge. Polls indicate Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi's Liberal Democratic Party is poised for a landslide victory in April, potentially reshaping domestic economic policy. Domestic incident in the U.S. In Atlanta, Georgia, Officer Marcus Bell was killed and his partner critically injured in a shootout during a reported fraud call. A manhunt is ongoing. That's all for now on the Papyrus Global TV World News. Stay tuned for continuing coverage of these stories and more. From Gaza to Costa Rica to Minnesota, the world keeps moving, and we will keep you informed. For more news, visit thepapyrusdaily.com. I am Christiana Babayo. Thank you for watching.